Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shante Roddy. Happy Monday to everyone. I am coming on today with another stimulus update for today, February the 8th. I'm going to be starting off by talking about the $50,000 student loan debt cancellation or forgiveness in other terms. That being proposed by the Democrats. So do come on in. There's a lot of great information I'm going to be providing for you today. Do make sure you stay on to the end because there's a lot of programs and initiatives that we have for entrepreneurs and small business owners. We know that this is a challenging time for everyone. So we want to make sure that you are kept in the know about all the things that and programs and initiatives that are available to help you be successful in business and help you to be able to overcome the challenges that have been brought on by the pandemic. If you're just coming on again, say hello. Let me know who you are, where you're hailing from. Shout out your business, whatever you want to do. Do give this a thumbs up so more people see it. If you're tuning in from Facebook, hit the love button. Do share out this video and this broadcast. I know student loans, right? Who has a student loan out there? If you have a student loan, let me know. If you're still on your student loan, let me know. If you paid it off, let me know. We definitely want to congratulate you. That's not many people, but some of my peers in 2020 were able to pay off some of their loans. So we are definitely happy for them. And we want to get from under the student loan debt, right? We are definitely in a economic crisis, and helping all of the Americans with the student loan debt is really going to be helpful. But there's other stimulus news as well. Do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And those of you who ask me about getting notified every time I go live, hit the notification bell, right, the button, so that you know every time that we go live. Now, before we get started, I do see all of you all coming on. If you are out there, let me know if you see the super chat button. I want to let you know that that is a new feature on our channel for you to be able to super chat. That will help me to even better engage with you. Anything that we receive from the super chats during our lives will go to our She Boss Up grant fund that we established in 2020 to help small women, small business owners and entrepreneurs get access to grants. So if you are out there and use that super chat, we will be grateful for that. So let's talk about first the student loan debt cancellation. As I mentioned before, there have been different proposals that have been put out for student loan forgiveness in varying amounts. Back in May, the House passed the HEROES Act, which included student loan debt cancellation. In that particular package, the cancellation was in the amount of $10,000. So $10,000. So there's been a number of different amounts that have been been put out, proposed, different points of view on, how much should be forgiven and what households or which people should get it. So a lot of the new stimulus, they really want to target. So they want to get people or give it to people that have been hardest hit. So when it comes down to the final numbers and who actually get it, it's a lot of negotiations that are going on. But a group of progressive Democrats, they have been, like Elizabeth Warren is part of this group, have been calling for a student loan forgiveness in the amount of $50,000. Now, on this past Thursday, they actually unveiled this resolution and presented it to President Biden for him to be able to offer this or provide the $50,000 student loan debt cancellation of $50,000. Why they did that is because as the president, he has certain executive powers, and so they want. The president and his administration are really adamant about expediting their $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. It's called the American Rescue Plan. In addition to that, like I said, there's been a big call for student loan debt cancellation. So this group of this group have put forth a resolution for the $50,000. Again, it includes Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and some other representatives across Congress. And they are really pointing back to the coalition of the Progressive Democrats are really arguing that the Higher Education Act of 1965 gives the White House the authority to cancel debt without having to go through Congress. So we know most things like the stimulus that has been passed has to go through Congress, then it has to go to the president. Again, they're arguing that based on this act that he can act with his executive powers. So let me pause here and ask you, would $50,000, like how much do you owe in student loans, right? Your student loan debt, and would $50,000 be helpful for you? That is the question. So that is right now on his desk. Now, his press secretary made an announcement on Twitter that acknowledging that the resolution, or that the president is reviewing it for consideration. Now, he is a big advocate for student loan debt cancellation, forgiveness, whatever you want to term it. What that means is that a portion of your debt, or whatever the amount is, would be forgiven. Just like, and that means you don't have to pay that particular portion of your student loan. So who doesn't want their part of their loans wiped out? So that is right now what is under consideration. And the press secretary said that Biden is right now considering that resolution. So now whether he, decides to do it through executive order, we will find out. And then two, if he does, the amount that he decides to, because again, I believe he was more around, and a lot of other congressional members were more around the $10,000 mark. And I know under the HEROES Act, it wasn't just $10,000. They had targeted to those student loans that are most in need. Now, based on reports, the majority, there's like $1.9 trillion of student loan debt. They're estimating that if he moves forward with this plan for $50,000, that it would cost, I think, around $660 billion. So obviously that does not include everyone that it has a student loan, right? Because student loan debt is $1.9 trillion. Now, the majority of the student loan debt is held by those that earn over $75,000, believe it or not. So those that are in lower incomes is equal to about 25% of those with student loan debt. So I know, speaking just for myself, I would be very happy with $50,000. And for me, that wouldn't even cover it all, because again, you have to think about, how much education did you have? How many loans did you have to take out? I know I have my master's degree. I know some of you all have doctorates, and there's a cost. And it's not only that, it's the interest rates on these loans that we've taken out. So and it's not that people aren't paying back their debts. Now, there's a good portion of people in default. I think they said the average monthly payment for student loans on student loan debt is, I think, between $250 a month and $350 a month. Now, that's low compared to some of my peers and what they say that they pay per month. That is on the low end. I know some people that are paying mortgage. What they pay in their mortgage is about what they're paying monthly on their student loans. And you may think, okay, you think about lawyers and doctors and other individuals that you think make a good income. But when you account for, having to pay back student loans and taxes, and you have a family, all of that adds up. So what you think is a large amount isn't. It is, but all that extra money, a student loan is a burden because it continues to add on all that interest, right? So you had a $20,000 loan, now it's $40,000, now it's $60,000, right? Or you had a $40,000 loan, now you're up to like $100,000 because of the interest. So they know that this is this is something that will definitely have a positive impact on the economy. And that's what they're looking at right now, is what is going to make the biggest impact to turn this economy around with the American people, right? Like how do you make the greatest impact? And having it where you don't have to pay back or your student loan debt or a portion of that, you get relief in that area, is one of the things that they think is going to be helpful in that regard. Now, right now, under the current stimulus that we're under, that passed back on December 27, 2020, we are still under the student loan moratorium, which means that payments have stopped. And interest rates have stopped as well. That does not mean that you cannot pay on your student loan. So you're encouraged to, if you have the ability to do that. But the moratorium is still in place through September the 30th, 2020. Now, some things that I wanted to point out regarding that is that in addition to that, if you are on a payment plan like I am, like an income-based payment plan of your student loan debts, that will not be impacted, because you pay so much on that for 20 years, and the rest is forgiven, right? So if this is new to you, let me know. Let me know. So before any of the moratorium or any of the student loan forgiveness through the COVID-19 came around, there are also other payment programs that are available to assist you with your student loans that they have available. Also, there are some of you out there that may work for the federal government or maybe teachers or work in urban areas or for a nonprofit. There are special programs, forgiveness programs for those. And if you're on those programs, this moratorium will not impact that. So I just want to let you know, the calculation of your years is still on the clock, as if there were no moratorium. Okay. And if you're on an income-based payment plan, it works the same. So you're not going to be penalized, under the moratorium program. So I just want you all to know that. Thank you so much, Nicole Carter. Thank you so much for being a super chatter here for us today. Now, if you have any questions about student loans or student loan debts, let me know. I want to move on with some additional stimulus updates. I know we talk about the $1.9 trillion plan. Now, this is not the only plan, but this is the next one under the Biden administration, for which Congress is right now putting together different stimulus proposals or packages based on the $1.9 trillion. So the next thing that they're working on, my understanding, the Democrats are working on, is this around $3,000 tax credit. I mentioned this in my last stimulus update and report. If you haven't checked that out, I would highly encourage you to do that. But there are different proposals. So a tax credit for children. So for those individuals with children or single people with children, they're putting out, thinking about a tax credit. I know Romney, who is a member of the GOP, was talking about a annual, around $3,000, $4,000 payment per child that you have. So these are things. This is one of the next things that they're proposing. They're putting a plan together, and what that means is that is really defining what that looks like, what households will be included, what the income would look like, right? So is it going to be married couples? Is it going to be single? Is it going to be a credit, or is it going to be an annual, right? A credit, refundable credit on your taxes, or is it going to be like a yearly payment to you and your families every year? So they're again working on that. So as we have updates, I will definitely let you know about that. Now, like I said, we're under a current stimulus that programs are still being rolled out. We had a very good Paycheck Protection Program help session that I gave over this weekend to help those that have been challenged with applying for the Paycheck Protection Program. Want to let you know, if you need help with the program, please check out our playlist on the Paycheck Protection Program. I have step-by-step walkthrough videos of the form if you're applying for your first time, right? If this is your first draw PPP, I do a walkthrough. If this is your second draw PPP, I have a walkthrough for that as well. You're only applying for your second draw if you were funded during one of the first two rounds. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear because some people are confused. And that makes a difference when you're applying for the program. You don't want to say you're applying for round 2 and you should be actually applying for round 1. This is the forgivable loan, which means it turns into a grant. 60% of your loan that you receive needs to be spent on payroll related costs. The other 40% can be non-payroll related, but there's still billions of dollars out there available for you all to apply for. Many SBA lenders are accepting applications right now. I'm with DAC. We're helping with applications. The links for that is in the comments. PayPal, Cabbage, Lendio, Divvy, your bank, Huntington, where I personally bank for my business. They are offering PPP loans as well. If you need additional help, I would encourage you to contact your SCORE office. I am a SCORE mentor here for our local office, but contact your SCORE because they're giving a lot of webinars right now, similar to the one that I gave. So I want to make sure you get as much help as you need so that you can get your money. Okay, so do apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. It is available for gig workers, independent contractors, self-employed individuals. If you have no employees, it's available to you. If you have up to 500 employees for first round, 300 employees for second round. For second round, you must be able to show a 25% or more decrease in gross receipts. Now, someone just emailed me a question. Again, they're confused on what that means and what you need to provide. You have to have financial statements. That means you need to have your business finances in order. You need to be a good steward over your finances and have records. So you need to be using an accounting system so that you can be able to show what your gross receipts were in a 8-week period, right? So in 2019, so you say from March 2nd is the start, March 2nd, right, to May the 2nd, you made this much money in gross receipts. Okay, that's before your expenses. And then that same 8-week period in 2020, you have to show 25% or more decrease. Now we know all small businesses were hardest hit in the first several months of 2020. So that should be easy enough. I would recommend that you use the first quarters when you're using the comparison, right? So like now I'm on the recovery path. So for me, I would not even for a lot of these programs are asking for this. It's not just Paycheck Protection Program. But if I would highly recommend that you use the months or the quarter, the periods or quarters, whatever the program is asking for, that you were hardest hit in your business in 2020, and then use that comparison to where you were in 2019. Okay. I would say 99% of small businesses were doing way better in whatever period in 2019 than they were in 2020. Okay, so that's for PPP. If you have any questions, let me know. Want to circle back on targeted EIDLs. That's the Economic Injury Disaster Grant, not loan. Okay, so both these programs are administered by the SBA. EIDL loans are still available, but they have a special targeted EIDL grant that they launched already. They have already started sending out email notifications. My peers have been notifying me that they received their notifications via email. These are for those that have already applied on or before December the 27th. Now, the first ones that you can expect to receive an email are those of you that received a partial amount of your grant. So the SBA was giving out only $1,000 per employee. Okay. And so under this latest bill, they are instructed under the special targeted EIDL grants to give the balance thereof. Either you can qualify for the full 10,000 or the balance. If you got partial, you are first in line to receive an email. So it could take a few weeks. Next in line after that are those entrepreneurs and business owners who applied, but the SBA ran out of funding. So you didn't get any money because they ran out of funding. Now, although I applied at the first day in March of 2020, right, when they opened up the program, I never got anything. So it is my belief, and I'm actually going to follow up with our regional director of the SBA today, but I'm pretty sure that I'm in the second category, because even though I was one of the first to apply, I never got the grant, right? Even though I qualified for it. So that may be you. Either there was some issue with your bank account, or they said they couldn't verify, or they ran out of money. If you didn't get it and you applied on or before December 27, 2020, you are still included in that, but you will be in the second round, okay? Or you will come after those that have already gotten a partial grant. So look out for the emails for that. They've already started coming out. They will only come from the SBA, sba.gov. I have a detailed video on that in our EIDL playlist. So I would highly recommend that you check that out, because I still get a lot of questions regarding the targeted EIDLs. You also must be in a low income community. So that even if you get an email, doesn't mean that you automatically will qualify for the 10,000 or the balance thereof. You must be in a low income community, and you must be able to show a decrease, 30% decrease for this program or more in gross receipts over a comparable period. Okay. So again, if you need assistance with PPP or EIDL, we have dedicated playlists for that. They have walkthrough videos. I go through different forms that a lot of you all have had questions on. So I would highly recommend that you check out those videos. If you have questions, I'll post them here in the comments. The pandemic unemployment is already, it has been extended through March. That's why they're one of the reasons that they're looking to really get moving on this $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan is because unemployment, although it's extended, it's only extended to March 31st, which is next month. We're already like approaching mid-February at this point. So they are really wanting to expedite getting the stimulus package passed. They're more concerned with getting it passed quickly to help the American people versus, dragging it out long to get bipartisan support. But there are things they have bipartisan support on. But as we know, in 2020, they dragged their feet for so long. Basically, at the end of the month is when they finally passed that. So then, people were without unemployment for months, right? At least a month or a month and a half until they could restart the program under the next stimulus. So they don't want that. They don't want that to happen again. So they are really eager to pass this next stimulus. So again, if you are one of those in that situation where you would not qualify for traditional unemployment, I would encourage you to apply for the pandemic unemployment and see if you can qualify. You do not have to be fully unemployed. You can be partially unemployed. You can also be a W-2 worker and 1099 and qualify for the program as well. Just a reminder, there are so many grants out there. Some just came online. I'm just going to quickly reference them. The link to our grant tracker is in the description of this video. I encourage you to use it. But there are new grants that have come online. Verizon and LISC announced they had a concert last night with Alicia Keys and some other famous people to launch this new initiative. So Verizon has funded, given additional funds of $10 million for small business recovery grants. The grant application opened today. I made the announcement to my email list and some other peers today. If you're not on our email list, make sure you do subscribe to our email list. But that application opened today. But guess what? It closes tomorrow, right? It closes tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, they're not giving you a lot of time to apply for this. California has a grant that is open right now. The deadline is actually today. So if you are in California, know someone who is I would highly encourage you to apply for that program. They had just had another one, another grant that was up to 50,000. I think this one is 25,000. But again, this is the second round for this particular grant, and it closes today. L'Oreal has a grant for beauty businesses, barbershops, those that are in that field. Those, I believe, will be closing this week. DoorDash has a grant for local restaurant businesses. So if you're in the restaurant industry or know someone who is, please let them know about these grant opportunities that are available. Don't forget to look in your local geographic area. Many of these, they have CARES Act funding your states at the state government. So they have initiated multiple rounds. They close a round, they open up another round, they pass a legislature to get additional funding, to give more money to small businesses. So I want to make sure that is on your radar. And so that you can get access to it. I mean, grants at the state, county, city levels of government, and then anywhere in between with other agencies or organizations that want to help small businesses. So many of my peers have won grants. If you need help, and I know so many of you all do, and you have peers that do, that are struggling on the verge of closing their businesses, I get these emails every single day. Please let them know about our Masterclass bundle that we have available. I hosted 2 live Masterclasses, sold out classes last month, and I made them available on demand. So you can download them and then watch them at your leisure and use the information to work through some of these challenges with the stimulus programs, get grants, apply for pitch competitions that are coming on every day as well. Also, our grant application, winning grant application cheat sheet is also available for you. All these things are to help you set you up for success so that it increase your chances of winning grants. There's all types of grants for all types of businesses out here. Someone asked me about startup grants. We have a video just for startups on how to get free funding for your business. One of my peers actually just communicated one to me today. I'm going to add it to our grant tracker. It's not there yet. I believe it's like Merchant Maverick. They don't have anything that says how long you had to be in business. If it doesn't say have a date that you have to be in business, apply, right? So that means it's for any business, regardless of how long you've been in business, that you can apply. Just make sure that you meet the eligibility. But there are grants out here for startups as well. One thing that you all need to know as startups is that you need a business plan. You need a solid business plan. That is something they always ask you in these different applications. You need to have a solid business plan and proof of concept and be making sales. You need to be working in your business when you are applying for these different grants. Okay. So that's the first thing. It's not just, they're just going to give you money. You're asking for thousands of dollars. The opportunity is out here, like for new ideas, new innovation. They have grants for that, those types of things, but they want you to have so you have to know what your plan is inside and out, how you're going to impact a society, your community. They ask all those types of questions. So we go through all of that in the masterclass and in the cheat sheet. So again, if you don't have those, I would highly recommend you get them because again, it can potentially help you get thousands of dollars for your business. There's no reason why you as a business shouldn't be able to get $100,000, not with all the money that's being given out. There's so much money that it's just being flooded. Small businesses are being flooded with grant money, free money for your business, and more is coming. More is coming. So, but you really have to position yourself to be able to win the grant funding that is out here. So we've done all the heavy lifting for you. So I would encourage you to use our resources and tools to help you get the money that you need. We're all about helping you get money for your business. One of the things that before I close out that I wanted to mention to you is I'm all about collaboration in this season. I'm a master collaborator. I would encourage you all to collaborate as well. But because we're all about helping you all get money for your businesses, I have partnered up with a fellow woman business owner. Her name is Kawana Dyson. She is a government contracts expert. I am an expert. I've been in government administration, contracting for many, many years. I have been on government contract, have government contracts, and I'm certified at every level. So we're having or hosting a MBE, that's a minority business, women business certification, masterclass training to help you access billions in government grants, billions in government contracts, so you can scale your business to 6 and 7 figures. This is something that is really needed for minorities. That includes women, right? If you are a veteran business, if you're a small business, if you're Asian business, a Latino business, Native American business, if you are in any of those categories, this would benefit you. You can leverage certifications. Now, certifications that I'm speaking of are specifically for for-profit business. Sorry for nonprofits, but these are for for-profit businesses. But we're going to teach you how to leverage certifications to really help you scale your business. These are 2 areas where you can literally scale your business to 7 figures with grants and government contracts. And so we're going to teach you how to do that. So join us. The links are in the description. We have one class only on February the 20th. So that's in 2 weeks. It's on a Saturday. So come ready to learn and to be equipped to get your certifications and to get into getting government grants and getting government funding. If you have any questions regarding that, please let me know. And again, as always, I will follow up after the program. So those are my stimulus updates today. Is really all about getting your money for your business. In this time, so many of you all are still suffering, and we're into 2021 already. So we want you all to make a shift, be able to pivot, be able to scale, whatever you need to do for your business that is going to set you up for success. Okay. So I hope that this has been beneficial for you. Today, I will come on once I have more updates. I'm really focused on applying for some grants today, have a lot of collaborations, but I would encourage you all that's one thing that you can do. Start collaborating together, partnering up on different initiatives, whether you want to host an event, you want to host a class, you want to do a coaching program. Connect with like-minded, goal-driven people that want to do the same thing that you're doing. Share the wealth, share the risks, and share the work. It's just so much better than working on your own, than doing everything alone and struggling on your own. And you maybe with other people that want to do the same thing you're doing, partner up. That's what I'm doing. So we're actually hosting 2 more Win Grants with Ease Masterclasses, specifically in partnership with other women that have groups and organizations that have partnered with me that said they want their community to have access to this information so that they can get grants for their business. So this is the time of collaboration. That's another way. That's the way that I mostly earn income. I think 75% of my income comes from collaborative efforts. Okay. And so I highly encourage you all to do that as well. Okay. Have a great day. I hope you all have a productive Monday. Have a productive week. Continue to be the boss with amplified impact and continue to stay safe and in good health, and have a wonderful day. Bye.